Greetings, citizens of Nerdtropolis. Sean Tajipour, the mayor of Nerdtropolis, and my guest today is Shila Ommi, who lends her voice to the latest Pixar movie, Elemental.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Shila. It is so great to meet you.
So wonderful to meet you.
First off, I have to greet you in our native language. Salam خواستی.
خیلی ممنون. امیدوارم شما هم خوب باشین.
بله، من خوشحال هستم با شما حرف میزنم.
Pleasure is mine.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure. I loved watching Elemental. Your performance in this is one of my favorites, and you played the role of Ember's mother, Cinder. So I have to ask, how did you end up being a part of this Disney and Pixar film?
Oh, I have to pinch myself. I feel so honored and blessed that Peter Sohn, who's the creator of the show, reached out to me. It was just a dream come true for me that because I've been doing animation for a while, and so to have these gods of animation, Peter and the producer Denise Ream, to reach out to me was just amazing. We did a Zoom meeting, and it was more like an interview, but then we ended up going through the entire script. I felt like it was like 5-6 hours, and I knew, I think by the end of the night, if not the next day, that I had the part, and just died with honor.
Do you remember the first time you watched a Pixar movie?
Oh God, it would have been so long ago. I can't remember not the very first time.
They have such an emotion to them. I remember, obviously, Toy Story is the first time I watched one, and just the emotion that they evoke is just amazing.
It's incredible. And you know, the man who plays Bernie, who's Cinder's husband, Ronnie Del Carmen, he is one of the storyboarders. So he's been for 20 years working with Pixar. He was born in the Philippines. And what I know about his work as an artist is that just with the characters that he storyboards, there's so much emotion, let alone when he's voicing for a character. It just made me so proud to be part of this team.
Yeah, amazing movie. It takes place in Element City. It's a diverse place where residents of fire, water, and earth and air coexist. And I love that everyone who watches this film can see a representation of themselves and the relationships that they're in. It's really beautiful. I went in this movie not knowing really anything, and I love the fact this movie is a story about immigrants. I had no clue. I really try to stay away from trailers and all that stuff. I kind of want to go in fresh. And being second generation, I related so much to what unfolded in front of me. And so how important is a film like this?
Oh, it's so important. Watching the film, I was so touched and in tears because a lot of what Ember goes through, being from immigrant parents who she knows have sacrificed so much for her to be where she's at, there's a guilt that we children of immigrants and immigrants ourselves deal with it's a burden. And it resonated so much with me that I cried many times throughout the film.
Yeah, I just saw my parents and my older sister while watching this movie, so it was really amazing. I have to ask you, Sheila, why do moms always seek love for their adult children?
Because moms are love. They know how important it is. They know how important love is, and it's important for people to be mates, you know, and to live together. It's just so much healthier.
Yeah, it's the one question they're always asking. You know?
Yeah, I know. Because they want the best. They want the best for you, Sean. We want the best for you.
No, and it's very true. And I watched this movie with my girlfriend, and she loved it. And throughout the whole movie, we kept looking at each other because all these little nuggets that were placed in, are we watching like what we experienced like just in front of us? And I heard my mom say one of the lines in this movie that you say. And once the line was said, we looked at each other and we're like, this is wild. Do you know what line that could have been? Because there's many awesome lines in this movie, but
there are so many awesome lines.
It's kind of a funny one, but it's perfect match, 10 out of 10. My mom has
10, yes.
We look at each other, are like, someone eavesdropping? Like that's we've heard my mom say that.
Oh, it was wonderful. And you know, and the reason is because Peter Sohn, who's the director and co-writer of this, the character of Cinder is actually based on his mom. And so he comes from immigrant parents and his mom is Korean.
Yeah, Peter Sohn, he draws from his own personal experiences creating this movie. Did you and he share your personal experiences amongst each other?
We didn't have that kind of one-on-one time. A little bit, yes, absolutely. And I was so honored that he was giving me such an incredible part, of someone who's so dear to him, that it was so important for me to do a great job, because I just have so much respect. So much respect. And he's such what an incredible, Peter Sohn is like everything that is good about humanity is in this man. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to work with him in person because the Pixar studios, I live in Southern California. So we did it via Zoom. But from what he shared about his mom, so similar to my own experience and my sisters who are older than me and their moms. And it's just universal. It's the universal, loving, caring, fierce mother that has had to deal with immigration and wants the best they want the best for their kids.
This is one of the most personal stories I feel like Pixar has told. They've told many great stories, but I think this is the most personal one. And I read that more than like 100 first and second generation immigrants from Pixar came together to speak with the filmmakers and kind of grab. So that's what's so great about this movie. From regardless of where you're from, your story is told somewhat in this movie, which is fabulous.
And most of us, I know the main cast were all immigrants. Ember was born in Shanghai and she was raised in Orlando. I'm from Iran, as you know, originally born in Iran, and I was raised in LA. Bernie, Ronnie Del Carmen is from the Philippines. Wade also is from Africa, and he was raised in the US. And they're so amazing. First of all, I just have to, I cannot believe my great fortune that I'm part of this. You saw how stunning the images were, and the music. Oh my God. It was like, for me, it was like when I watched it, like I did not expect it to be that amazing. But the music just felt like a sound journey.
Yeah, visually, this movie was amazing. What I saw, I didn't expect it to be that crisp, that clear, like so sharp and just beautiful. And the designs are amazing. I really loved it. I'm excited. Hopefully, we're gonna get a sequel and a follow up, because I want to see more of Element City. There is so much to explore in that beautiful city and all the different more characters they can introduce. Would you return for a sequel?
Oh my God, of course. Of course. I would follow this team to the moon and back. Anything. Absolutely. And that it was such a feat to create these characters, because they're not just creating, like, our characters were fire. We're not like a piece of wood on fire. We are fire people that are constantly moving. Did you notice the little noses are constantly moving, and we're emitting light, these characters? I mean, that is not, it's just incredible what they were able to do. Or Wade, the water character, that's water. It's not like water in an ocean or a glass of water. It's a water person. And so when you put the water and fire together, the light that emits out of the fire to shine on, it was just stunning.
Yeah, it's such a brilliant film. What do you want the audience to take away from this movie?
That we make each other better. That when people of different cultures, different political views, just when different people come together, there's an alchemy. That when you come together and there's just an alchemy that happens. It's like a chemical reaction that happens that makes us better. Yeah. Much better than if we were just hanging out with our own groups.
No, that's very true. It really was a great movie to watch with my girlfriend, because we saw each other. She's fire, I'm the water. So we balanced each other out pretty darn well. And she kept laughing at me. She's like, "You're totally Wade. You're the most."
Great.
And then the mama's boy and stuff like that. She's like, "You're totally
what
Wade."
A wonderful compliment. I love Wade so much. Oh, yeah. That compassion. Just how much he's so empathetic and compassionate. Oh, that's a wonderful compliment.
I'll take it, though. He does. We do tear up quite a bit sometimes over nothing.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
No,
May there be more Wades in the world.
And another show we really enjoyed, me and my girlfriend watching, I got her into Tehran because I wanted her to kind of pick up on some of the, some Farsi words and stuff like that because she's Guatemalan. So I was like, this is a good show we could watch together. You like these types of shows. So Tehran was something we watched together. I really love the dynamic between you and Sean Tajipour. Any updates you can give us about season 3, perhaps?
God, I wish I knew. I wish I knew a date for you. All I can tell you is that it's been filmed and it's coming out. I don't know a date, unfortunately, but it's really good. Oh God. Like I get goosebumps. It's just really good. Is all I can tell you. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the first couple of seasons are amazing. How did that show come about? I felt like they really came out of nowhere because we don't see these types of shows offered to a broader audience, and especially with that type of subject matter. How did you first hear about the show?
I heard through Sean because Sean was already planning on being on the show, and Sean too actually told them about me. He said that, there's this actress and she's already played my wife a couple times. And I had the great honor of auditioning for the show and so excited that they went with me. Oh, I'm just so blessed because they are such a wonderful bunch of people. It's an Israeli group that created the show. They're these just amazing, wonderful artists that beam with love. And I'm just crazy about all of them. And it's filmed in Greece. And so the Greek crew is just, I'm just nuts about all of them.
We fell in love with that series watching it together.
Yeah,
and especially season 2, it's really awesome to see Glenn Close in the show.
Right.
And when she started speaking Farsi, I was like, okay, this is amazing. Yeah. How impressed were you with Glenn Close and her Farsi?
So impressed. And so terrified to be working with her. It's just, the whole, the months of preparation, because I do a lot of preparation on when I get work. So those months were torture for me to know that I'm going to be up against Glenn Close with what I'm preparing for. But she was just the sweetest, the most wonderful, playful. She's like inside, she's a 5-year-old, which is why she's such a great actress because, she has not, she's still that child within her is very much playful and around.
Yeah. And I think the newest season, you're adding Hugh Laurie to the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you can tell us about his performance? Does he speak any Farsi in this one? Do we expect any Farsi from him by chance or?
You know what? I don't want to give any spoilers.
Okay.
So I won't go there. I don't have any scenes with him in person, but I'll tell you, I met him. The entire crew just melts when they talk about him. He is such a lovely human being. He's so kind. And so I could just get lost in those blue eyes for days. He's really lovely. So it's just, I have to pinch myself constantly that I get to work with these amazing people and with these incredible projects.
Yeah, they're incredible projects. And Hugh Laurie, big fan of his. So I'm super excited to see him in season 3. I want the show to go on. So I want to kind of say that right now. Is anything you can do, Sheila, to let the series kind of go past season 3 and 4, kind of let it live a little longer, be great because it's such a special show. I feel like the audience is more than just, I think the American audience really enjoys this type of show. It's something, like I said, we haven't seen before. So whatever we can do to pump up those numbers and get people to watch Tehran. If you're watching this right now and haven't seen the show Tehran on Apple TV, it is definitely worth a watch. It's quite the surprise series. It's really original and really rich storytelling, and so many cultures also in the show. All different types of actors and actresses. So it's really amazing.
All different types of languages, and it's an important show because it's something that it isn't similar, obviously, to Disney and Pixar's Elemental, but there are similarities in that by watching the show, you become a better person. I mean, I know that's a huge thing to say, but in that, if you are a person who thought that, who had certain prejudices, let's say, about this group or this group, you get lost in the show and you find yourself falling in love with people of with different elements than yourself. So that makes you a better person.
No, that's perfectly,
in my opinion.
No, I love it. That is right on. And I read about this, and I guess I should do more research. But is it true you're the voice of Farsi on Rosetta Stone? Do you?
I am.
That is you?
I'm one of the 4 voices. Yeah, it is. There's 2 women and 2 men, and I'm one of the women.
I have to ask my brother-in-law which one he's listening to as he learns Farsi.
Oh, he'll hear me. He'll hear me.
So as he's learning, what are some phrases that you think is a must know as being a part of a Persian family now? Is there a couple of phrases you can tell my brother-in-law Tim that he must know ASAP?
Oh, ASAP. Zahnabut. My husband's American, and sometimes when he sneezes really loudly, I just get so irritated and I say Zahnabut, which does not mean bless you. I tell him it means bless you, but it's not a very nice thing. But I like that word, Zahnabut. Chak to Saret. Chak to Saram. Chak to Sar Khodam.
Oh, those are some of the good ones.
There's so many great phrases.
Yeah.
So many great phrases. Where does one begin?
Yeah, there's a lot. And also maybe a couple for my girlfriend to know. Some good ones for her to tell my parents.
Oh, to tell your parents? To tell your parents? Boy, پسرتون نابغه است. They'll love that.
That's awesome. I know my mom watches this. She's gonna love this interview for sure. I have to say that.
But I'm so proud of your mom for creating a Wade in this world, for giving you to this world. That's fantastic.
No, my parents did a great job. Me and my sister are very thankful for the journey they made. Especially my sister. She was on that journey with them at a very young age, coming from Iran. I think she was just 2 years old when they came to the States. So their story is incredible. Your story is incredible. I mean, it's such a shared story. And that's why I feel like Elemental, it reaches so many people because of how deep that story is. And so many people can relate to it. And kids are going to love it, but I feel like the adults will love it even more.
Right. Yeah. And it's a wonderful respite. And I feel like it's really important to watch it in the theater, just because it's so visually stunning that to be in a theater and to just give yourself that gift of going on this journey with these beautiful images and story and the music by Thomas Newman. It's an experience. It's a journey.
No, it is. And I definitely want to see more of it. We need more a follow-up to Elemental. Get you back. Maybe Disney Plus will do some fun, maybe shorts with like the family. That'd be really fun to get just more content between the yeah, that'd be a really fun dynamic. I feel like this animation's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we've got 2 things to do to make sure Tehran keeps going and that Elemental keeps going.
Yeah, and we keep it. See more of Shila. That's what we want to do. We want to see more of Shila.
Bless you. Bless you.
Amazing voice work, amazing actress, and I'm really looking forward to your next piece of work.
Thank you so much, Sean. It's wonderful to meet you.
Likewise. Look forward to talking to you, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Shila.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Once again, this is Sean Taj, the mayor of Nerdtropolis, and stay tuned for more movie news, reviews, interviews, and trailers.